My creative process has changed a lot over my career. I think when I first got into this, like a lot of young artist producers, it was more rhythmic by design, because that's where dance music was 20 years ago. But kind of as the technology's changed and it's become a lot more affordable and easier to produce this music. I mean, my first studio setup compared to now is it's totally different. You know, before it's like you had to sell your house to get a studio. Now it's like, oh, you got a laptop and some nice computer, like you can get going. You know, this is a great computer, got some software there. I think that's been a driving factor, but it's also changed the way I thought about the music. For me, it was more about being influenced by the San Francisco sound, kind of the West Coast electronic sound was more melody driven. And when I moved from Chicago and eventually made my way to San Francisco, it just changed my way of thinking about the music. And I was like, man, if I really want to stand out and do something different, programming these drums and doing sound design's cool, and I love that, but really thinking more along the lines of lyrics and melody, something that will stand out and be timeless. Not some funny production trick that will be passé in a couple years. So for me, early on in my career, it became more about the song and the melody. Like, what am I gonna say? And then I can figure out how to say it, and then I can figure out some cool tricks and keep it current and make it fresh sounding. But what do I really want to say with this song?
Because the melody's what's going to stick in people's heads later.
Yeah, the melody and the lyrics.
More
like
the production tricks.
I mean, It's You, It's Me is one of my first singles, and to this day, it's like people request that at my shows. Like, why aren't you play? You gotta play this, I'm like, oh man, it's great to see that people still connect to that song.